This episode was filmed at the 13 Trees Coffee House in New Braunfels. To see upcoming events at the 13 Trees, scan the QR code below. If your business would like to be featured on the HCMG podcast, feel free to reach us at hillcountrymusician@gmail.com. We feature the songs and stories of local musicians every week. Thanks for watching and supporting local live music.
Hey everyone, it's Joe with the Hill Country Musicians Guild. It's another episode of the HCMG podcast. I think I said that right. But we've had Deb Weslow on. We had Tracy Weinberg. Both of those were really great shows. Now we have something really special for you. In the 13 Trees Coffee House, we have Mayor Willems. And he is just such a unique, fun soul. He has a really great sound. He has confidence that I wish that I had. And he will, it's just no matter where the venue is, he's going to be there because he just loves music. So I'm going to stop talking now and I'm going to turn it over to him. Go ahead and take it away.
Well, it looks like I've got another acronym to memorize. We've grown into an acronym. We picked up so many new members, and HCMG. That's how I remember my harmonicas. It's GAC, Great American Country. Like G, C, or A, C. And, but being from Arkansas, it's hard to spell, anyways. But yeah, we're growing, man. We're picking up some really great artists. I mean, we got Manzi. I dig Manzi.
Manzi's so cool. Yeah.
A fellow Revelator. Yes.
He's awesome.
And I had a good conversation with him the other night. And we spent a lot of time just talking about all of the fine artists that are down here. They're heavy hitters. And you've got a lot of them that they've got a few songs and they're great. But it's hard to find, guys like what I'm doing. I'm going out there and I want a musical marathon. I want to just throw down for a 3-hour set, 4-hour set.
Yeah.
And show them, hey, I still got it, man. I'm Springsteen. And
I know you bring the energy. That's what's so awesome about you.
It's an experience. It's not just a few songs here and there. And then when you've got everything backing you up, I mean, if people knew how much there was to the production of those songs, just those 10 songs, you've got some of the heaviest hitters around. Heath Moulton, one of the finest voices in the River Valley back home. His brother, Gunnar, Jesse Fenwick, he's just so creative. And I was just rolling around there. I had a few songs, and I'd been in a band or two, played harmonica with Hubbard Fry Band. And he was like, man, I've been wanting to produce you for years. So I come down to Texas, made a little bit of money, brought a briefcase full of money up there, and I got a record. I'll tell you, it should have cost me as much as it would have, as if Mac McClure had produced, which they had been produced by him too, and Bobby Capps and Rivergate Studios, and they'd been there. And then Jesse called me and said, hey, Larry Pearson wants in on this too. Larry Pearson is Judge Parker, Pearson Brothers, top of the shelf. Backup band for Jim Dandy, Black Oak, Arkansas. So we've got roots in this. We've got some really deep roots, Southern rock and country, and you got the real deal.
Well, most definitely. But then just on top of that, like I know that you're doing trips back and forth in multiple states. I mean, Arkansas.
Yeah, Arkansas. I played like a 4 or 5 hour long show out in the heat at the New Blaines fireworks show.
Do you feel like the music scene is different there? Like here, it's based around almost the artsiness of it.
They like the red dirt material and the Americana material, and they especially Fort Smith, because cats like Stoney LaRue, Hosty Duo. Folks don't realize, they're around that area. My friend Miles Williams, he's from right in that area too, and he'll be passing through here. Yeah, he's that Williams. Yeah, he's from that family. But yeah, I'm known for name dropping. But I was just blown away by how much enthusiasm. J.T. Hubbard, Daryl O'Neill on dobro. J.T. Hubbard is a real good hired gun. A hired gun when it
By
comes to
dobro,
guitar.
you mean
On the record, my record, yeah.
Oh, like the half do, what is it? Something
Yeah, there's
mixed
a
with bread.
dobro in on The Witnesses.
Yeah.
That was Mr. O'Neill. I finally got made up with him. And then J.T. Hubbard, though, I was out jamming and playing harmonica with Larry Pearson and Heath Moulton with Willie Stradlin Band, and you folks probably heard that band. That's who produced me. But I was jamming with them, and Hubbard says, "Hey, come on, we got some shows. I want you to go to Fort Smith." I thought, "Man, you don't need me. You got a fiddle player." Next thing I know, I've got one foot on a banister and another one on a bar stool, and I'm stomping it. And there's a girl wrapped around each leg, and I said, "Hubbard, I'll do this every week."
Oh, man.
Yeah. And we tore it up. And we thought we were just, kind of mediocre for a red dirt band, but it really was a really great band. And then when I'm not working single, a lot of times I like to just put another band over. And one of them was Whiplash Renegades recently in the past few years. And I would just go open the show, play harmonica, and just make the show a little more badass,
Right.
They were great, and they treated me good. And sadly, we lost Sean, and it was after they broke up. But Sean Rogers was just. He wasn't a fine, polished artist, but he was just an old redneck like the rest of us, and he was try again. He'd give it all he's got. He'd goof up. "Oh, man, I screwed up. I'm sorry about that." I thought, this guy's got character. I got to see where this goes, and we had a lot of fun.
Saying someone has character from you, that must be a guy with a lot of character.
We all loved him. We loved him. We miss him. So you'll see the bandanas and the F-holes. Yep.
Is that in commemoration?
Well, part of it is. I kind of invented that.
Oh.
So you'll see the red bandanas, for which I'm a dreamer, Cheatham Street. I've got several stories from Cheatham Street. We'll get to them too. But I do that. But then I'll pull it out and get feedback at the end of the song, and that's kind of a tribute. Then I'll sign it and give it to somebody in the family or something. But I've done that for several other artists, T.C. Stevenson, Arthur Pearson, and then I'd hand the bandana to his brother. And I'm always thinking of them and other artists like Billy Joe Shaver, Aaron Allen. I've got number one on there for a reason. There's Sean Macra's Weapon. I use both of those with permission. Aaron was a brilliant songwriter and storyteller, Hall of Fame DJ, and he knew everybody. And he was just wandering around Cheatham Street, and a lot of folks didn't realize who he was, but he was really a legendary artist and songwriter. And I call him Willie's oldest friend because he was 94.
Wow.
And
well, yeah, I would. I know that we could go on but we need to hear some music.
We need to get it down and get to a song, I guess.
That's right. So yeah, take it away.
This was cut number 2, I think, on the record. But I lived this song out, man. I was raised on a farm, and I've had every bad luck kind of stuff. Everything's busted on my farm. I'll just tell you that. And from being flooded out and took out, government had to fight for the land, get it back, lost it again. Yeah, that's why I'm kind of picky about the songs I write, because I wound up living out some of them. It's almost prophetic, but this one here, we just got right up there to the radio and we stopped. We didn't really release it. There was a few stations that you can hear it on, but we're going to probably back up, punt, and give it another push and get a team together. I think we're getting a team together, too. It's looking good. I say. I'm Mayor Willems, and I'm here to rock your soul. Don't rose and the wells run dry. Well, I just wanna hang my head and die. Well, they want my land and they want my plow. The man in the suit's come and bore me now. Five generations we don't live in fear. Still working on the land with the Jubilee year. Now it's all about the money, taking all you can. Can you tell me, dear Lord, how's this a part of your plan? Take a good look, son, how much for you now? There's a hard rain coming and a busted plow. There's a hard rain coming and a busted plow. Hey! Every time we vote, they fail to lead. Every time they lie, every time we bleed. We're living by sword, we're living by creed. Well, as you sow, so shall you reap. Come and try to take it, the bullets fill the air. Trespassers, you best beware. Take a good look, son, how much for you now? There's a hard rain coming and a busted plow. There's a hard rain coming and a busted plow. There's a hard rain coming and a busted plow. There's a hard rain coming and a busted plow.
Awesome. Well done. That was great.
Yeah, that's a signature song there.
For a person coming in saying, my voice is shot for the day, you come out swinging.
It is, really. Yeah.
So, I guess I'm curious about just a little bit of your origin story, really. Like, how do you end up with the guitar? I mean,
it's kind of like Billy Joe's fast train in Georgia. Well, that's my fast train right there. It's
do you like recall like the first guitar that you ever got? And
that would be back in high school, but I remember more about the cotton hose and, and the elevators and how high the beans was, and how high I remember I was one of the last farm boys to trunk cotton.
Really?
Cotton left the farm, I think, in the early 70s.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something that a lot of these artists have in common. Billy Joe was an old farm boy in the cotton patch. Willie, Waylon, Johnny, all of them. Some of them had Aaron. They had enough good sense to get the hell out of there.
Okay, yeah.
Not me. Which reminds me of another song. That devil made me do it the first time. I had to go back and, boy, I got my feel. And man.
Actually, on the Billy Joel Schaefer part, one of my favorite comedians, Norm Macdonald,
yeah, he was a
huge fan of Billy Joel Schaefer, and he liked to quote this line of Billy's where he's like, "I'm just an old chunk of coal, but I'm going to be a diamond someday." Yeah. I think that's such a wonderful line.
Billy was like that. He has a unique gift to keep things simple, a simple dialect. He didn't have to become Dylan to say what he had to say. He was the common man's poet. He was the finest poet ever lived.
That's a very astute observation.
And,
yeah.
I mean, Willie will tell you, Waylon, Johnny, Waylon will tell you, or else, he threatened to whoop him.
Well, you say that, like, his writing was simple, but it was, like, profound.
Yes.
I mean, that's the secret, I guess.
You go after there. And I made so many friends after meeting him. I got to know some of the folks in his band, like Tony Calhoun. I loved him, man. I loved speaking with him, talking to him. And my good friend Jeremy Lynn Woodall.
That sounds very familiar.
Came in. He was friends with Eddie before Eddie died, and he did an interview a while back with Otis Gibb, and you need to listen to that. It's a really good interview. But man, we just clicked, just like a couple farm boys out there in the patch. We just pointed it out and get at it. He's the real deal, and I've learned a lot just watching him. And he's got a recording studio. In fact, I've laid down some rough tracks of my one of my latest songs, with a song for the ages. And I definitely want his production and some of his ideas on that one.
Most definitely.
That's why I've kind of held off. So I really want this one.
Did you come from a musical family yourself?
Not really.
Really?
My grandpa. I've still got his banjo. In fact, his banjo is featured on Cheatham's Stage Angel.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
That's the first time it was strung up and played in many, many years. And Jesse played on that. So if you listen to Cheatham's Stage Angel on the record, that is his banjo.
That is very special, and I'm amazed that it is still in great condition to play.
I was mayor, and I came in after a meeting. Of course, you know how you are after meetings. You're stretched, you're ready to blow off steam, and I go into Friendly Tavern, and I hear this voice back there, the sweetest voice you ever heard. Shannon Wurst, Ronnie Wurst's daughter. Ronnie himself is one of the finest songwriters out there. Shannon is still up there in the top 5, top 10 songwriters that I know. And
that's high praise.
She had an old hippie harmonica player named Randy Bullitt. He's still probably the best harp player I have ever known.
Really?
And I
wow.
know some really, really good ones. And I sat there and I kicked myself. I said, why didn't I pick it up? That's my instrument.
The harmonica.
Something I bet I was right. I couldn't tell you how to play it. I just picked it up and I started hitting riffs and started jumping up there with Larry and the guys. And then Willie Stradlin recorded it out there in Oklahoma. And Mike McClure took an Izzy Stradlin song and put half of it was harmonica.
Yeah.
And Devin Robinson was playing it, and I got to where I could play it note for note. I could cover some of the fiddle stuff note for note. Well, me and Devin would do 2 harmonicas on it. He thought it was cool, and then I noticed, well, he's just kind of backing off. He's letting me take it, and I'm hitting it note for note. He's just doing overblows.
Have you ever played on those bass harmonicas, the really big ones?
Some of those. I wasn't much into them, but yeah, I had started out there, and then the thing with JT started, and I just kept rolling in. And I was already a mayor. And a lot of these guys were younger than me, and they were very respectful and everything. But I was like, I wasn't drinking, but I could cut loose.
Yeah.
And then they started taking note. I started showing them some of the songs I wrote, some of the bits that I wrote, and they're like, Mayor, you're good. You really got something, man. And then I played like a U2 song, that Pride. You've heard me play Pride before.
I think so. Yeah.
And just kill it with that harmonica, and I was able to get my voice right. And he texts me at 3:30 in the morning. He's out there. They're out there at the Wormy Dog, literally. I said, "You guys probably opened for Cody and the guys. What do you, what was that U2 song you played? You sang. What do you care? We ain't that. No, you got another gear, man. You got to get that upper resident. You got that.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, you'll see me when you see me up there, and you think I'm about to fall over and die. Oh no, I'm about to burn the barn down. And
Oh,
I'll go into overdrive, double overdrive in the dash, and just blow it up. But I had good people like them around me to learn from, and just really push and attack that mic stand.
Yeah.
Get up there and you look them right
Be a
in the eye.
showman.
I've had to apologize to people because I'll get a glare in my eye and people think I want to kill them.
Well, that's the one thing that I really noticed. You really do prove that age is just a number. It's just a number.
I've got a young mind.
Because
I'm 25 when I'm on that stage. Yeah.
And that's so cool because I mean we love and we respect the other older musicians that are a part of the Hill Country Musicians Guild, but usually they act their age, which is nothing wrong. It just means that I'm going to have to prepare shows for them earlier in the day because they're going to go to bed earlier, you know, and they don't like louder venues.
I like working with these younger artists. There's several great ones. And I don't expect them to be able to write about a song like Busted Plow. You got to go live that stuff. But here's an important thing that everybody's got to have, and that's empathy. You got to be able to look at that man and put yourself in his boots. You got to push everything aside. And when you're a mayor and everything else, how you gonna put yourself in a black man's boots in Jim Crow era, like I did with Someday and Mother's Cry? Well, Mother's Cry was actually pretty popular in Scranton High School. And my boy, he kind of confessed. He said, "Yeah, Dad, you're kind of a big thing." He said they play your music, and then when the Angels came out, there was a couple of them that had Mother's Cry and Busted Plow and a lot of these other red dirt artists, which is a small school. But the younger artists, I tell them, you got get rid of the cell phone, get rid of the sheets, sell that song, convince people you've lived it. Even if you make a fool, but sell that song and dig into it. So I mostly when I cover songs, it's usually stuff that I know and I like. I'm not. You can pretty much sing the phone book. I'll sing it.
Well, actually, on the point of empathy, brought up a really good point. I was thinking
empathy creates really great poetry, and right now, poetry is about the only thing holding things together. We need it.
Man, that's a very profound statement. Yeah. Because when I write music, usually it's either self-criticism, looking at myself and being like, a point in my life, being angry at myself, being angry at the world around me. That was my younger time, And then, but then as I get older, it's gotten more absurdist, where I look at the world and I'm like, I'm being governed by a bunch of babies. Yeah. And so instead of getting angry, I'm just starting to laugh.
What ticks you off? Get mad.
What gets me mad? Yeah.
And I know guys like Missoula, Slim.
Missoula's great.
I love him. And he was like, "How do you do that?" I said, "Well, how do you write about barbecue and Adam Carroll?" I was like, "I could not care less about snow cones and barbecue." I said, "But y'all do it perfect, man.
Yeah.
You do it just so good."
Yeah, he is such a unique songwriter.
I said, I can't do that. I said, but that's your superpower.
Mm-hmm. I guess if I were to say my superpower would be ambiguity, which sounds weird, but I like to write about things that are personable in such a odd way that people can come up to me and be like, "That meant so much to me." And I'm like, I wasn't writing about you. I was writing about this one specific time that happened, but I didn't want to spell out everything that happened.
Whenever you can write a song and people off the right one side think, "Well, that was about me."
Yep.
And the fellow on the old hippie over here is like, "That was, man."
And that's happened.
And then there's some of them that walk outside and they, that son of a bitch. Yeah, I like to be a bit of a spellbinder and encrypt things.
Yeah.
And somebody that does that really good is Rob Dark Smith.
He does. I mean, like the Anvil, for instance.
Guys like that, real quick. Brilliant. There's just brilliant dreamers all up and down the road from the Redbird Room to Cheatham Street. Sterling family. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen him go. I mean, I just see him. I'm just glad to see him walking, living.
Yeah.
I can't help but give him a hug. I was there the night after Ken had died,
Mm.
when he caught the train and everything. I was just starting to come around, and I didn't get to necessarily meet Kent Finley. I did, but I didn't. I was enamored with James McMurtry. He was there. And I was talking with him. It's James McMurtry, you know. And he was kind of surly. Nah. No, that's another guy I got a lot of respect for. Is songwriting, him and Ray Wiley, but then they interviewed me after I come off the stage, and they said he looked like he walked off the stage of Lonesome Dove, and as I read that, I said, "Oh my gosh." They don't realize James McMurtry was 2 tables down. He was in the movie. And his dad wrote the script.
Man.
Eat your heart out, James.
Actually, I do have a slightly embarrassing story. I think things have mulled over now, but this was, I think it was the first open mic at Cheatham right after Kent's passing. And I had just recently written a song. This story is so embarrassing, I haven't played the song since. It's been buried at that evening. You may have been there, and if so, I deeply apologize. But what happened was I see everybody is very sad and the mood is down.
That's kind of how I felt. I thought I was thrilled to be there, but man, not like this. And then everybody's going into the studio, and I looked
it was
at Sterling.
A set of mourning, yeah.
I'll go get in there, Mayor. Just throws me in there.
But at any
brought into the family, that was initiation right there.
Anyways, I go there, and I had misheard his name, Kent, and I thought it was Ken. And so I get up on stage and I say Ken like 3 or 4 times. And I mentioned it once in the song as well. And I was trying to be empathetic and I was trying to be polite, but it came off as disingenuous, which I totally understand. I finish my song and the sound guy shouts at me and he's like, "So long as you are embarrassing yourself, his name was Kent." And I was like, oh, I'm dying. I hung my head and he was right to call me out for it. I felt really bad about it. And I didn't return back to Cheatham for years.
Here's the thing, kids. For you new thoughters, you positive vibers, we admonish each other. We'll pull each other. You know, if somebody's getting out of line,
I'm sure he's a nice enough guy.
You're talking trash about how many spins and this guy's no good and this guy and this agent. You know, I shut a 17-year-old down. Look, you need to go do some living, kid. You need to be a kid for a while.
Yeah.
Trust me, this business will eat you alive. I said, there's guys out here who've been there, done that twice over, made their mistakes, made every mistake. You know, went through rehab. I said, do a little living. You know, that is real respect. And Aaron Allen would do that. We were sitting in the round, and I sang a song, and I'm used to being mic'd.
Yeah.
And I didn't sing loud enough, and he just looked at me and said, "You may not care what I think, but you need to sing louder." He would tell you, I think you repeating your lines too many times, too long of a chorus, And he said, "Mayor, I shouldn't." admonish you in Missoula. I'm hard on you in Missoula. I shouldn't be. I said, no, you stop right there. I said, I'll take critique from you before I take praise from anybody else. I said, because that means you respect somebody enough to tell them,
Yeah.
hey, look, do this, straighten up. And yeah, I've even told somebody once, I said, a friend of mine would play the same song over. He played the same song 3 times one night. I said, man, you do that again. You do that tonight, I'm going to throw my hat at you. Well, this joker gets up there. He goes through his first set. He plays this Randy Rogers song. And then he gets to the end of it. He plays it again. And I hurl my hat at him. And he jumped, ducked, bobbed back up and said, folks, I did that on purpose. This is how brilliant he was. It was Justin Reimer is who it was. I was trying to get something out of him. I knew he was brilliant. He is. And he said, Mayor Willems told me he'd throw his hat at me if I did that. And I'm going to tell you right now, Mayor Willems says he's going to do something. He's going to do it.
He's going to do it. Oh, man.
So, yeah, it's not all fun and games. It's serious business. And, just ask Miles Williams.
What do you think has been the strangest thing you've ever seen at a gig? Like, have you seen a fight break out or something crazy like that?
Fights. I'm always known for breaking up the fights.
Oh, good.
I got into music to get away from throwing people out of the bar. Instead, I like to stand outside and throw them into the bar.
Right. That's a good point.
Oh, my.
The bars would love you.
I pulled the plug a time or two and just about went out there, and I'd give them a stare and a glare and flat out tell them when they're out of line. And but one of the funniest things I seen was, I think it's Tom Ben Lindley just do a complete flip. He told me, I kind of shroomed up tonight. Think I'll fit in. And he did a cartwheel off stage. Man, you all right? I know I'm a tough act to follow. Dadgum, boy. And then him and his friend got up there. I got to give him credit, man. He's tough. Him and his friend, they got up there and they started singing a Wailing song. And I realized they're both singing a Wailing song. One was singing Lukenbach, Texas, and the other one was singing Good Heart.
Oh,
Ever. I love him.
Oh, man. Oh, do you have another song for us?
Yeah, let's play another one.
Sure thing.
Let's see. What do we want to do? How much time we got?
Oh, we've got as long as you need.
Let's get right down to, I guess. I could do Simple Life, or I could do, yes. Let's change it up and get on a different gear. Let's call down the thunder.
Nice, yeah.
I did that at the backbone. I knew that thunderclap was coming, and I was waiting. Sure enough, it hit. Everybody jumped. Everybody was scared, and I looked up and said, "Come on with it! Don't call down the thunder unless you can handle the lightning." And always make sure it's right side upwards, as we say in Scranton, Arkansas. Someday I'm gonna break his chain. Someday I'm gonna break his chain. Like an old crow flying, gonna fly away. Someday we're gonna learn the golden rule. golden rule. Well, tell them we're gonna wander around like fools, Lord. Well, I calm down the thunder. Bible and soul. Well, I calm down the thunder. Bible and soul. With the holy key and a holy word, Lord. Someday we're gonna break his chain. Someday we're gonna break his chain. Like an old crow flying, we're gonna fly away. I should have never told anybody that I wrote that. I should just tell them it's an old Negro spiritual from the 1800s.
They'd believe you.
They never would have figured it out.
That was well done. Awesome job. Actually, I was curious. You brought up the term red dirt several times.
Oh, yeah.
And the thing is, this is going to be a funny analogy. For metalheads, there's so many different genres of metal. There's, black metal, there's heavy metal, there's hair metal, there's thrash metal, all those. But to us, it just sounds like. But for outsiders looking in, and just to explain, what would be the big difference between red dirt to the things that we're hearing around here in the Texas music scene?
Basically, Nashville.
Basically, Nashville. So that's the Nashville sound.
Well, you figure out, okay, this is Nashville, and you go from there. Most of the folks are actually, it's Southern rock, and that Stratton was solid Southern rock. Judge Parker, solid Southern rock. You blend that in with real country music and real writing. You got Pastorini, Georgia. You got Billy Joe. You got Eddie Shaver. He's a rocker. All right, that ain't no telecast. That ain't no twangy Telecaster. That's a beat up Strat with a beat up, amp thrown against the wall. It looked like it'd been drugged by a truck, and it's cranked. It's hot. Yeah, it's putting that lightning in the bottle with a guitar. So it's sitting next to an old farmer like Billy Joe or myself. That's red dirt. That's real Americana. That's real outlaw country. So it's essentially outlaw.
Actually, on that point, I think I'm not entirely sure. I think there is an Americana songwriters competition that's happening in November.
But
I think that's happening.
And McClure and Randy Rogers, which Randy started right there.
I just didn't know if you'd heard about that.
And now he owns it. And I appreciate everything he's done too.
Yeah. Were you performing at, I think it was called the Green Guitar Music Competition last year? You didn't?
I don't do competitions.
None?
I don't do songwriter competitions. Nope.
Gotcha.
I made that. I'm not, once again, hey, it's truth.
Yeah.
No, I know what I've got.
Yeah.
I'm not going to put it up against and crush some 17-year-old's hopes. And at the same time, I don't want to go there next year and hear it played back and watch it win.
Right.
So,
yeah.
There's a lot of that. There's a lot of stuff ripped off out there. Right
well, nowadays we got to fear the 17-year-olds because
Billy
they're
would not,
prodigies.
If hey, I got a song And I'm not the same way. I listen to my friends' music,
Mm-hmm.
but there ain't nothing on when I'm driving hardly. I might listen to a little bit of what my friends have put out. Rarely do I even have a radio on,
Hmm.
because I don't want to rip off a line. And you can take something and use that bass line, use
Yeah.
it to spin off on something else,
We all have our
and
influences.
that's cool. I mean, yeah, uh, one of my songs is "Blue Eyed Son."
Mm-hmm.
It's about my sons,
It's not
but
not.
everybody thinks it's a spin off of Dylan. Okay, whatever.
My initial thought was a spin-off of Black Hole Sun, which was a
Oh
song from Soundgarden in the 90s.
no, I didn't get that far, but
I'm a different generation, so.
but yeah, it's outlaw, and that's the brand. I roll around every now and then. I'll get a show book for Jeremy Lin, and
Mm-hmm.
we may have David Hooper, and well, yeah, I know his friend Steve, I think, was playing drums. That was probably one of the just the tightest band you ever heard.
Mm.
Tightest sounding. That's Surrogate Sons,
I see.
the official Billy Joe Shaver tribute band.
Oh, that's
And
great.
I was I was up in Arkansas and I saw Jeremy was putting this together. I said, "Hey, I'm gonna crank up my old truck and come
Mm-hmm.
down here and check this out." And he said, "Come down here and play a few." And so I come down there in the backyard. They're getting set up. I said, "Hey, get up here and get sound check. We got a couple of shows coming up.
Yeah.
You're in the band."
Well, actually, on that point,
So yeah, I'm actually a part of a tribute band. If I was
right.
ever a part of a tribute band, it would be that band. And
That's
so I
really cool.
like to drop like that, and it just fits.
Yeah, but on the point of tribute bands, I was talking to Tracy Weinberg before, and I had a question for him. I'm like, for the up and comers, what are you guys wanting to do if you're trying to make it in the music industry? And he was like, I hate to say it, it's cover bands and tribute bands. And tribute bands, uh, we brought up like how there are like 6 Beatle tribute bands, and they get to the point where they're dressing like them and getting the same haircuts.
And
And you're like, oh, is that a bit too much?
I've got some friends that would surprise you. Larry Pearson, he was coming down here, and I thought, all right, we're coming down Southern Rock. And he's playing in the park, San Marcos, big venue.
Yeah,
Check this venue out. I need some hula girls to dance. I said, what?
hula girls.
Oh yeah, we're doing Buffett. He made more money doing Buffett tributes. He was right on the turnpike. He went all over the country. He still does.
I think the
And
thing
he pulls
that's
it off really well.
Yeah.
He's very talented.
well, the thing that
But
is,
I'm just not into the whole
well, yeah.
tribute thing.
Well, I
He's
think
like,
that you and I think are agreed on that. Like what I'm referring to is that people want to present their own work.
Yeah.
They want to be rewarded for their own work because they think they have something. They may have collected lightning in a bottle, but now the whole world wants to hear the tribute
when
band.
you come up there to my show at Canyon Lake,
Yeah,
you're gonna hear me hit that phaser. You're gonna hear me do a Waylon Jennings song with my own tone and my own spin.
there you
I think
go.
Ray Wiley got a hold of it, or Eddie or Jeremy, and it's kind of a unique tone and sound.
Actually,
It's kind of my own tribute to all of those guys. My own spin on it.
do let the folks at home know where that is and
Yeah,
what.
it's August 30th.
August 30th.
At Brookshire Brothers.
Brookshire Brothers,
And they're
yeah.
bringing in Ray, I think the 27th of September. So,
Mm-hmm.
but you can get revved up and get your grit and outlaw fix.
Oh, we want to be there for you.
Yeah. Y'all got. There'll be a few. If y'all don't show up, then I'm gonna play that whole 3-4 hours and just Springsteen the darn thing and run right through it. But yeah, I figure Rob will be there and a few others, and you never know.
Mm-hmm.
Jeremy's not that far away either.
Well, you got another song for us?
I'm gonna put the bulletin out. This is gonna be a big one.
I think so.
And
We want it to be. Obviously, the venue wants it to be as well.
I haven't been playing as much. I've been doing some shows with you guys, which I'm enjoying. I'm having fun.
Yeah, that's the goal.
And I can do it every day if you wanted, but I got to pay bills.
Yeah, we all do. Yeah, if you have another song, that'd be great.
Sure. I got a sack full of. Charlie Daniels ain't around anymore. Somebody had to whoop the devil. Then I've been really rocking out with this. This one sounds really good on electric, and you know that.
I know. Your electric guitar
I'm
does
not a
sound great.
player. I'm terrible. But what I do when I get it, I get it. Got to push start the train somewhere. Sometimes you got to switch tracks. That's the sound they make, working on that rig. That's the way it goes on a creosote tray. Won't you swing your hammer? Won't you drive your spy? Won't you swing your hammer? Drive your spy. At the end of the tunnel, now there ain't no light. I'll crucify me on an old cross tie. Won't you bury my bones to the hill beside? Tell my woman I was a company store. Won't you tell my woman I was a company store? I gotta keep driving till I owes no more. I'll crucify me on that old cross tie. Won't you bury my bones in the hill beside? I'll crucify me by that old steel rig. Go and tell my children, go and tell my teeth.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
That's some good
We're
stuff.
going to record that. I've actually got an actual spike hammer and railroad spikes. And I know me and Jeremy was working on some of that. We were just doing some rough stuff about a year ago in the studio. I might get back up there and work. We'd get up on that. But I've got an actual spike hammer. And I felt I had it at a garage sale. And it's about that tall. It's not a very tall one.
Yeah.
He said, that's spike hammer. I said, yeah. I said, it's from West Side. It's West Coast.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, that wasn't no. I said, that's an Asian man. Shorter. They were shorter. So the hammer's shorter.
Oh.
I said, Asian swung that one. And I said, they're the ones that built the West Side.
Mm-hmm.
I said, those honkies and the colored folk built the East Side.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like that Cotton Patch again. We're all from the cotton patch. We all picked the cotton. We never got rich. And the Chinese and the Asians, I've got Burmese and Laotian friends. They're from the rice patch. I've been in the rice patch. It's tough.
Yeah.
But they built it. We all built it. And problem is, we made a bunch of mean people rich. And it's still the same way. It's the same game.
Yep.
And they're still trying to make us fight. And I ain't having it.
Yeah.
So you're going to see a lot of posts that it's going to get edgy. Trust me, I can tie it all together.
Posts
On
like online
Facebook,
or Facebook,
every
yeah.
now and then I'll say something. And people are like, oh, where's he going with this? Stand by. I'm going to tie it all together. Because that brings me to my stickers where you'll see the guy in the hat.
Yeah.
He's pulling. Well, that's an Anabaptist martyr. And his last name is Willems. Is Dirk Willems, and there were actually 3 or 4 others from the Martyr's Mirror. They were hunted by both sides, both Protestant and Catholic. They were known also as the Waldenses, Albigenses, the Vaudois. They fought Rome for years, hundreds of years, in the mountains. And so, yeah, history's kind of repeating itself, right?
But to get back to your point, the hammer.
The hammer.
What is that for? Just a sound that you're going to provide?
Hammer. It's designed to drive the spikes.
So are you going to use that in the track?
I'm going to sit there and hit it together.
Okay, cool.
Bang them around.
Nice.
I've got a stick of railroad iron I might break.
Well, I mean, that's not unlike a Maxwell silver hammer.
More to that. Is what when people learn the story behind all of it.
Yeah.
So when I say spike hammer, it's going to mean a lot coupled with Dirk. And so you'll hear me all the time. It's preamble to that song for the ages. Is with literally every single apocalyptic sign in the sky coming down at us. And the principalities, they're not elected. They're principalities bearing down on people. It's time to get back to it. We may be swinging a hammer. We may be in the cotton patch, but we got to get back to love thy neighbor.
I agree. Actually, well, I was curious about, I have heard some of the things that you've done in the studio. When it comes to, like, when I hear you playing live, I'm always thinking to myself, man, we got to get some kind of rhythm section behind you. Whether it's someone with a shaker would be great. Someone with a box would be nice. I mean, what's been your experience, at least in this area, trying to get with a good drummer or something like that?
I haven't spent a lot of time on the band. I said I could go out and play harmonica with just about any band.
And that sounds great.
And when I'm out with Jeremy, I mean, it's hold on. We ain't got a set list. We ain't got what you get. Just figure out them one finger chords and get at it. And listen to you. Yeah, I've got that. I'm also known for Johnny Time. Is what we call it. This guitarist named Johnny. He was kind of like our Aaron Allen back home. He had written thousands of songs. And I'd met up with him. He was Ronnie Worth's good friend. And one of his friends got really depressed after he had died, and he had all these guitars. And I found him on Facebook. We were doing some trading, and he's like, I got all these guitars. He said, I'm sad since my friends have died. And I said, well, who was your friend? And he said, well, it's Johnny Heiss. I said, I'm about 3 hours away from singing one of his songs. And so I bought several guitars from him, and he's doing better. He's doing good, and he's watching on Facebook. So after I made that 7-mile trek to Cheatham Street in the 100-degree heat like we have today, and I stabbed this guitar on the stage, I didn't say anything about what I went through. I just said, Thomas, we made it. And then I'm kind of known for this busted Plow guitar line. I've got a very nice Epiphone. Miles has got it. It's on vacation in South Padre.
You showed me. That's right.
And yeah. And they actually match. He did have this one, and I've donated them. I've given them away, and I've got certain artists in mind for certain guitars and certain kids.
Mm-hmm.
And whatever somebody ever hits where they're aiming, I'm gonna scatter them out. I've already got them scattered out across 3 states, and
The guitars.
well, and my amp too. I've got a Fender Twin that's worth about $2,000 sitting there. I said, I always wanted Jeremy to play it. I said, you're out there with Billy. I said, you can play this, but then it broke down. I got it going again, and I said, this thing don't need to sit here in Arkansas. It needs to be right there in your studio where you can create real music, unique music with it. So yeah, I'm not. You'll see me with a different guitar, and I'm trying to get the right guitar for the right song.
Well, that's fair. Yeah.
Yeah, you'll see
I
me
agree.
with that arch top.
Mm-hmm.
You're fixing to see me run an arch top through my Supro and my pedals,
Mm-hmm.
and it's going to be a gritty, groovy, different tone. Just with that Supro, I've got a different, just specific tone that folks down here know me for now. Even Rob Dark Smith noticed it. I want that. I want that amp. I want that amp on my record. Would you?
Actually, when it comes to your pedals and the amps and stuff like that,
So
it does feel like there's kind of this mad scientist thing that's going on
I'm
where
just
you've
an
been
old
able to.
farm boy, and I like my horsepower.
Well, I mean, but it feels like
you
you've
put
been.
my sticker on your lawnmower, you get 5 more horsepower out of it,
Mm-hmm.
or on your pickup, and I love it when I see a beat up old farm truck back home with my sticker on there,
Mm-hmm.
and
What I mean by it is that it feels like there has been some experimentation. You've been
yeah.
looking at it. You've been like, I like this with this. I like turn to this effect, and almost to the point of each song has to be at a certain setting,
Yes.
which is really cool. It's
don't play
unlike
by
a
the
lot of other
rules.
people. Well, there's nothing wrong with that at all.
I don't play by the rules, and that's how you make a song unique. I may swap out a guitar and get a different tone to hit a riff. It may be the arch top that comes out. It might be this guitar. It might be my Gretsch. Well, I'm known for that big white Gretsch.
I do like the Gretsch.
And
It's very pretty.
I've got a Memphis 300 Machimoku. I've got I've got a Dove that's in the shop. I've got more money in it, and it's busted. It's a busted Plow edition.
Yeah.
But I like to find these old rigs and fix them up and make sound with them, and everybody's like, "What's he up to now?" And you'll see me fall on my face. You'll see me. It'll go out of tune, and the broke on stage, and,
Well, I saw one of your guitars. It was during the coffee festival. It just went poof, and I was like, "Oh no! Oh no!" It was okay.
It was fine.
But I was scared there. Man, it face fell flat.
Yeah, you don't see me do that every now and then. You don't see that much. But
I think it was the wind. It was just, yeah.
We were at a tight spot, but that went great. That sounded great.
That was such a
I've been
great
getting
time.
a good sound outside, but I've got good friends with good sound too.
Michael did an excellent
Michael
job.
was like, "Wow, this is going great."
Yeah, I know.
The Killing Room, by the way, they always make me sound good. We did an outside show down there.
Yeah, it's been a long time since I've been to the
I
Killing
kind of had
Room.
to apologize to the folk artist that was beside me because it's always going to be loud on stage. You can't hardly hear yourself. And I was like, "Man, I'm sorry about that. I know I got loud." He's like, "You drowned your vocals out." I said, "No, that sound man would stop me." And everybody was like, "Oh man, that was the best you ever sounded. That was great." I was like, "All right."
Man, your tone
Once again,
was
that comes
perfect
back
at
to
the coffee
Eddie,
festival.
That comes back to Jeremy, and Eddie would go there and he'd throw it up against the wall. I said, "Well, there's a lot of tone and sound that I need to experiment and figure it out.
Well,
I can't sit there and diddle around like they can." But
when it comes to like the
find what
guitar,
they're missing.
when it comes to like the guitar fans that might be listening to this, would there be like just maybe throw out something simple like what kind of strings do you prefer on
I've always
guitars?
had 13s. I've always played thick strings. In fact, I've
Ernie
got
Ball
a term.
or
I got a beat up OF if I want to I actually put some 7 strings. I took a 7-string pack and threw the bottom string out, the thin string, and I called it playing the heavy side of 7s. And then I wrote that in a song too.
That's pretty good. That's a great name.
But yeah, I experiment, and then that thick that top string, that kick, it's got to have that kick,
Most definitely.
especially that song I just played, and that's what I'm building that whole acoustic guitar for, is to get that kick out of it. So you'll see me change guitars out.
There's nothing
Yeah.
wrong with that.
And what it is that one's tired and starting to smoke. You got to put it down before it catches on fire. We got a fire marshal, you know.
I was just reading something about there was like these pair of Fender amps that like became really popular in 1969 and then were discontinued in 1970 because
Yeah,
they
I
were
got one. It's called blackface.
they burst into flames apparently.
Oh yeah, they'll do that. They'll do that. I smoked mine.
Really?
Oh yeah. Transformers will go out, and then I caught my speakers on fire at the New Blaine Power Show.
Oh my goodness!
I put it. I said, folks, it's why it's called Busted Plow Farms. So, you know, it's adaptation. I mean, even in the middle of your song, I'm a guy who I can't wait to goof up because I'm going to come up with something. Be like Willie. You know, Aaron Allen told me, he said, well, Willie forgot the words to my song. So he looked down at me, and I was like, I can't remember. So he just made something up about running around naked and how you shouldn't cover up God's skin, and everybody bought it. That's what Willie would do.
Well, if you got another one lined up, we'd love to hear it.
Oh, sure.
Got about time for about 2 more songs. It'd be awesome.
I'll do
And just also, it's nice to finally, the idea is for the musicians of the month to have their time on the podcast. And so it's great to be able to get you done. I still have to catch up with Joe Meyer and Michael Hess because they were month number 1.
Yeah.
And that's what I wanted to do.
I love Joe. I love Joe. He's old school. He can work a room.
He can.
And Michael, he has improved so much over the past year. I met him. We met him down at Missoula's. With late night with the Trips, another great band. The Trips. Those kids are great. And but yeah, Michael's really. He's got that one song about hog hunting and
hog hunting
and
is
everything.
so much fun.
Man, I said, I'm going to need a hand grenade to follow that. I was like, good thing I got one.
The next musician for that's technically this month is Megan Marie. And so it'll be good to find a time for her to come down. Granted, she's in San Antonio, so you just have to find those times. But it's cool that we're starting to get these lined up.
You'll see me around town, and I don't pay a lot of the door fees. Sometimes I can slide in there because I'm Mayor Willems. But I'll do a hat tip. When I'm not playing a show, I'll roll around and do a hat tip. It's about respect.
Right. It's true.
And sometimes folks will put me over, put me up. And, you know, when after I've seen Manzi, I'll be out there this weekend and see a few people.
That's right. I think Manzi had a few things going on.
Yeah. And then Sundays, I like to just roll out there at Riley's with Bo Porter or dadgummit.
Joel?
No, not Joel. Not Joel. Oh my gosh, I can't remember. Her name.
We'll fill it in post.
Yeah, oh, getting old. Oh, she's the queen of bad decisions.
Oh, yeah. Oh, goodness. Now I'm forgetting as well. No, she's great.
Yes, she's awesome. She's looking for. It's like
I'd reach for my phone, but it's pointed at you right now.
Yeah, but she was one of these. I was like, I would do a co-write with her.
That's
There's
right.
Not many people I'd co-write with. I'd do something with Manzi, and
Tell you what, during your next song, I'll look her up and and I'll see if I can find that out for you.
Oh. So here's a song that everybody thought was a Dylan song, but for years and years I had this line, tell me where you've been, my blue-eyed son. And I wrote this passage for my oldest son, he had blue eyes when he was born. And I remembered him back when he had blue eyes. He was beautiful. He was perfect. And then I wrote this passage, magnificent passage. I bought the whole annual page, and I put this piece of poetry in there, and then the wife changed it and altered it and put green eyes. And I just blew up. And then I wrote another passage for my Kayla Jane. Kayla Jane. I love you, Kayla. She's the queen of bad decisions. I'm just the mayor. But I also wrote a really great passage, an epic passage that Aaron would have been really proud of for my youngest son who's graduated college. So when he graduated college, I went out and I wrote this song down for him instead of listening to the boring address. Because, but anyhow, I wrote his passage. It was epic. It was great. Now, how are we going to top that? Well, I'm going to have a trilogy and put it all together in a song. Let's say, at the end, I don't want to get in the middle of all of what they're doing because I think I've got two of the best kids in the world. But I'm going to settle them down and say, hey, what have you learned, my blue-eyed sons? Where have you been? So I wrote a song about it. And if you ain't drinking water, you oughta. The man that made it knowed what he's doing. Billy'd want me to tell you that. Yep. And watch out for that Aaron Allen liner at the end there. It's beautiful. And a bit of prophecy in there too. All across this land of broken skin, saw the wine press begin to spin. Great that it was that fall thereof was a hidden hand from within. They won't let my children sing, and the chimes of freedom no longer ring. So tell me where you've been, my blue-eyed son. Tell me where you've been. Jericho with a voice from within. Hey, just swing your hammer and you sweat out the hate. And you give him a devilish grin. Won't you tell me where you've been, my blue-eyed son? Yeah, tell me where have you been? Did you dodge those mortars? Did they build that tower? Did you forget how to feast? Did you spend your time with the harbinger? Knowing they're just beautiful the beast. Won't you tell me where you've been, my blue-eyed son? Yeah, tell me where you been? Cause I walked through the ages and I found sometimes you gotta lose to win. Remember, you're gonna reap just what you sow. You find satisfaction and let it go. Tell me where you been, my blue-eyed son. Tell me now where you been.
Well done. Lovely song.
That's a new one. I recorded it.
Written for your sons, plural, both of your
It's
sons,
kind
right?
of a song for the sons. And
That's
I
awesome.
would recommend that for folks. You know, write your philosophy down. Put it in a notebook. It costs less than $1, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But it's priceless wisdom. And there's so much that gets left in between the cracks, and when it wastes generation. And I think that's one of the most important things you can do, which I get to do it on stage.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you get me by the time I get off that stage. You know, I've been there.
Yeah.
You get the message, whether it's 2 songs or 20 or 40. And I think that's, you know, I'm not out there just to have fun, but we do. But
I think I'm paraphrasing. This is kind of
bring joy.
a good analogy. C.S. Lewis said something about how there are commentaries about Socrates and the Greek philosophers that are actually bigger than what they actually said. It's like, why don't you just read them? Why don't you just read the original ones? Because the commentaries are more convoluted than the actual what they're actually saying.
I go beyond Socrates and all of that. I go beyond the KJV and beyond Rome. In fact, that was a choke point there with Rome, with Josephus.
Mm-hmm.
I go back to all the way to the Dead Sea Scrolls
Mm-hmm.
and go back to the Hebrew translation. And the more you learn about Hebrew, is the more you'll learn about people, expression, and you'll realize. What's like Billy Joe told me. He said, I was riveting about the Red Bull. And he said, boy, he joked. Once again, these they're outlaw. They ain't afraid to tell you the truth. Boy, don't you ever, you spell cast when you speak. You don't even know what you're saying. I said, he said, if you knew what you say, we would shut up. You know, everybody would just shut up. They wouldn't be speaking so much. So don't wish that on anybody. He said, and he said, spoken word is one of the most powerful things in the world. The more I analyze that and everything he said to me, man, you can etch that in granite. Because, yeah, the more research I do, yeah, Hebrew is expression. It's not just chopped up. What we're doing is kind of reversed. And, yeah, literally, I study on all that stuff. But I don't go off on a tangent with these holy rollers. I've got to be objective. When you're objective and you want to figure out what is covenant, then you figure out everything else is government and everything else is controlling people, and dominionism, which is what killed my ancestors. They martyred them. So I go back deep as I can into the actual canon, and I know people will say, "Well, what are you, an atheist? What are you?" And they try to dig their hooks in real quick. No, I'm going to show you. Yeah, I can show you the Old Testament. I can show you Jubilees, Enoch. I can explain Enoch. There's always a counterfeit, though. There's always a rabbinical or a Jesuit counterfeit. And yes, I sit with Masons and I debunk them. I debunk all of it. But I'm also capable of sitting down with them. Remember, Aaron Allen was probably one of the world's oldest Gnostics. And he was hammering me. with all of this stuff about Enoch and everything, I knew a little bit. I knew just enough to get my butt kicked. But you take an old farmer with a woodshed, he gonna figure you out. No coming back. I would just love one more conversation with him, because I'd learned a lot. You learn a lot with somebody when they got a different view. Okay, I want to figure out why is this guy mad? Why are these people over here fighting? What's the story? Study your history. Become a historian. You apply the history, go back in here where it's referenced, cross-referenced, and then you'll see that the science we're dealing with today, it was mentioned in Enoch. It's forbidden sciences. It's alchemy. And look at your skies right now. And the violet, seventh ray, all that, New Age, Germain, I Am movement. That's what I'm watching for.
I think the biggest trick for every person coming into, like you're saying, studying history, become a historian, study philosophy, become a philosopher, is coming in with your own presuppositions beforehand. So you've already had your mind made up before you've turned page one, and you've got to be able to have a meldable mind. And a lot of people don't.
You've got to be able to hold a theory and then try it, test and prove.
Test it, exactly.
Test and prove. Then you'll figure out, okay, that covenant, that's still supposed to be kept. So out with pork, out with this, out with that. How do you keep this calendar? I study the calendar, and then I watch all of these events happen on the actual Hebrew feasts. I watch what they're doing to mock the Creator, literally. And the false science that they're pushing. Yes, the shot and stuff like that, that's alchemy. It's mesmerism. People are hypnotized and mesmerized. And I don't study this for myself. I do it for people, and I sit with preachers. And once you get to where you can sit down with them, you got to make sure they understand this. If they're prideful, I won't sit with them. If you want to be objective, you want to help each other, you want to help your people, keep that small circle, get back to love thy neighbor. Get to know your neighbor. The best conversations I've ever had was with my neighbor who was like a 79-year-old Laotian. Little guy who walks his fences. We sit there and talk, and we had conversations for hours. He's like, "You know a lot." I said, "You know a lot." I said, "There's stuff me and you. We're the only two people know this in this town." And when it all comes down, there's going to be certain people that people are going to have to look to it. That if the patriarchs aren't ready, we're going to lose a lot. So I go around. I have certain people that understand. And there's been a lot of people come and say, "Okay, what's going on with Elon? What's this deal? And now AI." And people hear me say, "Kill AI." No, it's an entity.
We actually were talking. This was with Tracy before. We were talking about how there are artists. When I say artists, I mean actual musicians that are finishing up albums, and instead of going through the small trouble of making their own album artwork or calling someone to do it or just scribbling on a napkin. No, they have to use AI imagery, and I'm like, that's terrible. I don't like it.
I have my Dreamers Lost. I made that a clear stipulation. No AI. I can just about tell you. You can sit there and sing an AI song. I could call it.
Yeah.
Quick.
It's pretty bad.
I know how they do it. I know how they bring it. I know. And I'm not going to get into details, right now with everybody.
It's a safe spot too.
People are not ready, but they're going to have to realize what they're seeing on TV and what they're doing. They're being misled. And those TV preachers are misleading them.
Oh yeah.
And especially now there are good ones out there that are trying, and I'm with them. I'm amongst them. But.
Well, we're running pretty close out of time. Would you have like one song to send us out on?
that's what I was building up for.
That's awesome, man. That's great. Well, it's been an absolute pleasure. It's been so much fun today.
Yes. With every single apocalyptical sign in the sky bearing down, and the principalities bearing down, it's time to put it away. Put away the idols. Don't do it for money, do it for your people. Wisdom. Till the Son of Man rides, all we got's each other and a song for the ages. A song of the ages older than Abraham's bones. Abraham's bones, it must be sung. It's a burning inside like a number 9 code. Number 9 code, it must be rung. 74,000 will rise as the good and evil collide. Yeah, there will be blood. There was a voice in the desert said it'll be so. And now you know, you reap what you sow. As the blood runs bridle high, see the final thrusters aside. Yeah, there will be blood. Oh. I've seen the glory and the blood of the horn. The final seal is whooped and told. Son of Man riding out of the sky, see the fire in his eye. Yeah, there'll be light. There's a song of the ages older than Abraham's bones. Abraham's bones, it must be sung.
Mayor Willems, it's been an absolute joy. Thank you so much for being on here. A great way to end it out. Before we go, if you don't mind just letting the folks at home know the next shows that are coming up for you, things that are happening, anything, this is the best time to promote.
Yeah, right now, Brookshire Brothers, August 30th. I think we're going to kick it off around 6 or 7, 6 o'clock probably.
Okay.
I like to get in there early. But then also, I think it's in October, back in Arkansas, the barbecue cook-off. That's
Awesome.
Just announced. I'm going to go back to Arkansas and see the folks, and I think I'll be going on about 9 o'clock up there. We started that back about 17, 18 years ago. It was just a little town, didn't have much. Everybody just kind of tightened up and started doing stuff together. You know?
Mm-hmm.
And now we're a hub for handing out food for food. We're a food distribution.
Oh, that's great.
So, yeah, they're doing that. They're doing that love thy neighbor thing back home, and we'll be back there soon.
Oh,
and we thank you kindly.
Most definitely. Well, thank you. You guys at home, you've been listening to Mayor Willems. Please go out and support him. You can find him on Facebook, and you have some stuff on YouTube as well. Awesome. Busted Plow. All right, guys, you take care. We'll see you on the next one.